Hello, my name is Matt Ostrander. A little known fact about me is that I know how to beatbox really well. And whenever I'm around parties or with places where there's a bunch of people, this little known fact always seems to get out somehow. And people always beg me to beatbox, and I always end up doing the same exact thing, the Super Mario theme song. And it goes a little something like this. I've always been a fan of hip hop. I've been listening to hip hop for as long as I can remember, and I've been beatboxing for as long as I can remember as well. I feel like it connects with being a fan of this genre, and you just kind of naturally begin to understand how to do it. But for those people who don't listen to hip hop, I would like to demonstrate to them and to the rest of the class the beginnings of how to beatbox, as well as inform everyone about the science behind it and the practical uses in my everyday life. Now, to begin, first I'd like to talk about the beginnings of making a simple beatboxing beat. Drum patterns are comprised of three parts: the kick, the snare, and the hi-hat. The kick, the snare, and the hi-hat. So to do the kick, first you have to pucker your lips up and kind of push air out, like that. Secondly, for the snare, you have to clench your teeth together and kind of pop your tongue off of the roof of your mouth, like kind of like that. And then secondly, for the hi-hat, you do kind of the opposite of the kick with your lips. You puck your lips and kind of suck it in, like that. So when you put it together, you get, you do it slow, you do it fast. The second method that you can do is with your teeth. For the kick, all you have to do is just chomp your teeth together, like that, if you can hear that. For the snare, you clench your teeth together and pop your tongue off the roof of your mouth, just like you do before. You do that a lot. And then for the hi-hat, you make a little clicking noise in the back of your throat. It's very difficult to describe. Maybe it's just something that I naturally can do, but I feel as if you study the noise that you can be able to do it too. So when you put them together, it's do it slow, or you can do it fast. Either way is fine. It really depends on what you're trying to hum, what you're trying to imitate, and whichever one helps you breathe better. Secondly, I'd like to speak to you a little bit about the simple science that goes on in the brain when a person is beatboxing. Brain activity switches up depending on what you're beatboxing. If you're improvising or if you're beatboxing a song that you heard on the radio that you're imitating. When you are improvising a beat, activity in the prefrontal cortex, which is the decision making and the moderation of behavior type of the part of the brain, this shuts down, unfortunately. But activity in the cerebellum and the temporal lobe rises, and these are the places where motor coordination and auditory reception and emotional response, this is where they lay, and that activity actually goes up. Not only are the vocal cords used when humming the melody behind the beat, but the arytenoid cartilage is also heavily used, and this cartilage helps the vocal cords become tensed or relaxed or both, depending on what type of beat you're doing. Thirdly, I'd like to speak about the everyday uses of beatboxing. It complements the constant music of my life. I feel like at any given point in time, I have a song the back of my head, or I'm hearing a song from my surroundings, or from me just listening to it. So beatboxing just kind of complements the way I live my life. It's a cure for boredom. Figure out how to beatbox a song if you're bored. It's pretty cool. You can show it off to your friends afterwards, which goes into my third part, which is entertaining friends. I use it a lot just to entertain friends. Sometimes they want me to come up with something off the top of my head, which is a little more difficult, but sometimes they want me to, imitate different songs that they know. Sometimes I like to try out an array of different songs, depending on how courageous I'm feeling. In closing, today I have demonstrated to you how to create a simple beat through beatboxing. I have spoke to you about the simple sciences behind beatboxing in the brain and through the vocal cords, and I've talked to you a little bit about the everyday uses of beatboxing in my life. So hopefully next time I'm at a social event and people are nagging me to beatbox, someone will have seen this video and can maybe get me out of it, or can beatbox with me. And maybe I'll switch it up. Instead of doing the above ground Mario theme, I'll do the underground Mario theme.